All right. Nice cast, Paul. Tell us about the fish that got away.
Which one? They all got away. Not all, but
It's gonna be terrible. Too much swing.
fishing is very frustrating. But if you go right around all day and you maybe get one shot or no shots, 2 shots, and you have to have the fly within a couple feet of the fish's nose in the wind, and then they're finicky. They don't necessarily eat it, and then they're hard to bring in. So I hooked one, but lost it quickly, and that was it. Couple of shots. Someday you get no shot.
Yeah, they did a super job. I mean, I thought that the whole Ascension Bay wilderness area was pretty great. I mean, when you had the backcountry, which, I mean, I think we could have continued to explore that for a long time, and learn new things about it, which was pretty great. So, we decided to catch the uncatchable fish, right? When you're chasing permit, it's all about fishing and not catching anyway. So, but we definitely got shots and saw them, and in really pretty beautiful water, and not seeing a lot of other people fishing. So I thought they did a great job, and the whole lodge did a super job. I mean, they kind of were a real professional operation. The guides were great. They worked hard. They were a lot of fun to be with. So it was a really nice atmosphere.
I remember one we were in. It was towards the end of the week, and we were in the real shallow flatter, and it was all white sand, flat. Well, it was probably 3 feet deep or so. We were cruising around, and it was really bright and sunny, not a single cloud in the sky. And then off in the distance, we saw this shadow, and it was just going slowly swimming towards us. And it was, fortunately, it was my turn. It was a huge tarpon. And we got the guide angled the boat. It got right in front of it, and I had the cast of my life, put it right in front of him, and he followed it, and then just turned away. Not like it was spooked by anything, it just didn't like what I was serving.
That was the classic permit fishing story. Was like on the last day I fished with you, Roger, we were on this just absolute picturesque sand bottom flat, and I remember, because there was a sandbar to the left that went on just as far as I could see, and we were pulling down along the edge of that in this flat that was all sand bottom, and it was pretty glassy. It wasn't really blowing, and you were up in the front, and all of a sudden I could even see this ripple in the water, some nervous water way out, like 300 yards away, and it's kind of moving back and forth across. And then you look, and there's a school of permit, and you went and took a quick false cast and hooked the back of your shirt.
Oh!
Really?
Fuck!
It's the fly. And we're just watching this group of like 6 permit kind of cruise back and forth closer to the boat as you and the other guide were trying to get the hook off of your shirt, and the guide is going, cast, please cast, please cast, please cast, and the permit come like right up to the boat, see us, and take off. And like, that's permit fishing in a nutshell right there.
I thought one of my favorite things in the trip was our tasting the mezcal and the
Oh yeah,
that was awesome.
Well, I was going to bring that up, but it was so great that what would we have gotten for $8,000?
Yeah, no concept.
But because it was really good. It was really good. And I loved how proud they were. I mean, the chef was awesome, wasn't he? I mean, that was just really great. No, I mean, that trip really piqued my interest in Mexico, which is why Lisa and I went for a week and just had an off-the-charts trip that we loved, and I would love to go back and explore more. I mean, there's the whole, in Oaxaca, there's a whole Atlantic coastal area that's pretty hard to get to, and has all these little deserted beaches and tiny little hotels and stuff that you can stay in. that looks like just a really cool place to go get lost in for a little while. So, it seems like there's a lot of great parts of Mexico to go explore. So, but yeah, I would go back there. There's some other cool places. So if you go down to the next place, there's Ascension Bay, which is, we got to the very kind of top corner of it when we saw that Casablanca lodge. And if you go around the corner, there's that, and there's a lodge in there that's the Espiritu Santos Lodge. It's pretty tough to get into because people go back over, and that's even more deserted. And then when you go down a little further, the next bay down, there's a place called X Flats Lodge, and it seems like it's in a little town that's kind of like Punta Allen, and it's run by a pretty young guy who was a fly fishing guide out in Montana or something, who decided to take this place over and learn the community, and he hired all the locals and taught them how to guide and all that. And I listened to a podcast about it, and it seems like a really fun place to go to. That's kind of a similar drill. A lot of permit fishing, some migratory tarpon. It's all kind of, when you get to that Yucatan all the way through Belize, it seems like a lot of it is pretty similar. Just as you get further south in Belize, it's more and more permit. So, but all neat area.
I think you're good.
Yeah, I really liked at the end of the day, walking up that pathway through the jungle there with the palm trees going over you, and you just, when you're tired from being in the sun all day, and then first thing first is the nice tequila drink. That was nice and refreshing. I love that.
It reminded me a lot of Aquaboa when we go to up the dock in Aquaboa, and they've got caipirinhas and great drinks for us there before we hit the pool. It was the same motif,
Yeah. I mean, I think those 2 years in a row we had the advantage. We went to 2 operations between Turner Flats and Grand Slam that are just, they've been around for a long time. They've figured out the kinks. They're in a beautiful spot, and they've worked hard to preserve it. And they just do a really good job with it. It's not overbearing. It's not over the top. It's not white tablecloth service and stuff that we don't want. You feel like you're in somebody's home, that they're welcoming you. You got a sense of what it was like to be in that part of Mexico. You got a sense of what it was like to be in Belize on an island. That part was great. They both had really similar, beautiful fisheries to go explore, which is great. Yeah. We could have, in either one, we could have caught bonefish all day long. They were around and so on. But chasing permit was fun, and the tarpon were just less plentiful. They weren't around as much, but it was still a lot of fun chasing those.
But everyone caught permit except Roger, right?
No, I had 3 on. I had 3 on and lost 3. So
I had 1 on.
What? It looks like you could wade here, right?